In this video today, I'm going to show you how you can build your very own social media generator and poster with just a few simple steps. I'm going to be walking you through how to set this up step by step so you can start posting across 3 different platforms today.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. What's there?
If you're struggling to consistently post or come up with inspiration for your posts, this video is for you. We are going to show you exactly how this works and how it can benefit your business today. This is a free plug and play automation, and we're going to show you exactly how it works. So in the description below, there is a link, and in that link is all the platforms that we have used throughout this automation. So just so you're aware, you do need to sign up for the basic plan for Make and the basic plan for Airtable, and both of those platforms are free. Guys, I'm now going to show you how this automation works. So I'm going to quickly run through and show you exactly what happens when this is set up. So let's jump in and show you. So once we've filled the form out, we're going to push submit. The make scenario is now running. As you can see, the content outline generator is working at this point in time. So once the content outline generator has processed it, it's going to get passed through to all 3 Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn content generator modules. And once that has happened, it's then going to get passed through to the Airtable modules at the end. Once all 3 Airtable modules have successfully completed, we're going to head over to Airtable. And as you can see here, we have a post awaiting review. So if we click on this post quickly, we can see all the posts that I mentioned earlier formatted for the correct platforms. And now all we're going to do is quickly switch this over from awaiting review to scheduled. And as soon as we switch that over to scheduled, this make automation is now going to run. So as you can see, it's searched records in Airtable, and now it's processing the Facebook page at the moment. Once Facebook pages has been successfully completed, it's going to get passed to the Airtable. It's then going to do the same for Instagram. Once Instagram is completed, Airtable, and then it's going to do the same for LinkedIn as well. So this is how the automation works. And now I'll show you it posted on all 3 separate platforms. So if I go onto my Facebook page, here we go. Just sold for 1.5 million in Perth CBD. I'll go onto the Instagram page and I'll refresh the page. And like magic, here is the Instagram post as well. And if I click on LinkedIn, and there we have it. So it's also on LinkedIn as well. So it's formatted for every single platform that we choose. So let's go straight into the build so you can get started on this for your business now. So I'm going to take you through the platforms that we use on this automation. So starting from the left, we've got Jotform. So Jotform actually enables you to create your own forms, and it enables you to collect the responses directly from those forms. So you don't actually need to worry about creating a form for this instance. We've got one pre-made for you that you'll be using, and that's in the description below. So moving on to Airtable. So Airtable is, the best way to describe it is Google Sheets on steroids. So it's fantastic. We use it daily at auto roll, and it's something that I highly recommend. So what I'll probably do in the future is I'll probably create a new video explaining how you can use Airtable and implement it into your businesses. So for those that don't know what OpenAI is, it is an artificial intelligence platform. So this can be used for understanding and generating text. It can create images. It can answer questions. It can help with writing emails. The list simply goes on. Maybe later down the line, I'll do another video on this as well, explaining how you can use it to your benefit. So I'm going to take you through how to set the Airtable up. So the Airtable is going to be directly linked to the content form. So one thing you need to bear in mind is that when you create this Airtable and when you have the form, they need to be exactly the same in order for this automation to work. So the way we set it up, they need to be identical. So please follow these steps very carefully and make sure that everything is in order and everything is correct. Otherwise, the automation simply won't work. I can't stress that enough. So we're going to start up. So if we look through here, we've got post description, image, platform, content tone, so on and so forth. So what we're going to do is we're going to replicate this in another table so you guys can follow me step by step. So we're going to start off with creating a new table. And to do that, we're going to click the plus and we're going to go start from scratch. So please name it exactly the same as what we've named it. So content creator. But because I've already got that table pre-made, I'm going to name it content creator 2. And then you push save. And then it will bring us to a screen that looks a little something like this. So as you remember in the other table, we had post description as the first one, and post description was under a single line text. So what we do here is we'll click on the name option at the top, double click it, and it will tell us already that it is a single line text. And all we do is we're just going to name it. So you need to name it identically to what I'm about to do now. So post description. And then once you've done that and you're happy that it's a single line text, you're going to push save. And that's that column completely set up. The next one was an image. So we're going to click on that. So double click again, and we're going to go down to the second drop down box, and we're going to go down and we're going to find the attachment. So this one here. So fourth one down, we'll click on attachment, and then we're going to name it image. It's as simple as that. Push save. The next one along is platform, and that was a single line text. So we're going to double click on that, select it, and then name it. It's platform. The next one along was content tone, and that was also a single line text. Content tone. And then the next one was single line text again, and that was call to action. So make sure you name it exactly the same as what we've done. The next one again is last modified time. So that will be last modified drop down box. So if we scroll down to find that one somewhere. So last modified time. And then we're going to name that one last modified. We're going to save. Okay, so next one is status, and that's under single select. So we're going to go down, single select, and then we're going to name it status, create field. The next one is a long text. So make sure we click the right one here. So go down until we find long text, which is this there. And we're going to name that one Facebook post, create field. Same again. We're going to do the same again for the Instagram post. Instagram. And then the last one will be LinkedIn. Text. LinkedIn post. So what we've got now is we've got all the fields essentially set up. So when that form is submitted, all the information will then be passed through and it will save into individual fields that we've created here. But I'll show you how that works a little later on. So quickly, I'm just going to show you how to set up different views on Airtable. So one that we like at Auto Roll is Kanban, and this is what we use personally. So as you can see here, it's laid out a little bit differently. So if we click on the image, it will bring us onto a card layout, and it's going to show us exactly what it showed us on grid view, just in a more aesthetically pleasing way. So I'll show you how to set that up. So if we go down to the bottom and we click on Kanban, and then we'll just go create new view, it will then pop up with exactly that view that I just said about. So feel free to play around with all the different views at the bottom and choose one that suits your preference. So what I'm going to do now is take you through how to set up this make.com automation so you can start posting today. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to sign up to the platforms Make, Airtable, OpenAI, and Jotform. And once you've done all 4 of those platforms, I want you to go into the description below and I want you to download the content generator JSON and the content poster JSON. Once you've done that and you've got a screen that looks a little like mine, I want you to go down to the bottom and click the 3 dots. I want you to click import blueprint and then choose the files that I told you to download from the description below. So we're going to start off with content generator basic. I want you to click open and save, and it should bring you to a screen that looks a little bit like this. Okay, so once you've clicked the form in the description below, it's going to take you to a page that looks like this. So this is the content form that we're going to use throughout the automation. But in order for this to talk to make.com, we need to connect it up. So I'm going to show you how we do that. So if we click on the Jotform module and then we click on add, we're then going to come up with a box like this, and we're going to name it something that we're going to remember. So we're going to go for Matt Test. And then we're going to go down to connection and we're going to click add. It's going to bring you to a box that looks like this, and it's asking for an API key. So what we need to do is we need to go into Jotform and find the API key to paste into this box. So if we go back to Jotform and click on the top right hand side, we're going to go down to settings. And once we're in settings, we're going to click on something that's called API. And once we click on API, it's going to give us an option to create a new key. I've actually created new keys previously, so I'm just going to copy the one that I've already got. But please click create new key and give yourself full access. So I'm going to go ahead and copy mine. You won't be able to see it, it's blurred out. But I'm going to go back to make after that, and I'm going to paste my API key into this box and click save. Once I click save, it's going to ask me to select my team, and I'm going to select the team no team assigned, and then I'm going to scroll down to the other drop down box, and it's going to ask me for a form, and I need to click content form. Once I've clicked that, I'm going to click save, and then I'm going to click OK. And that is how you connect Jotform. Okay, so next up we have Airtable. So I explained what Airtable did a little earlier on. So now I'm going to show you how to connect it up. So if we click on the Airtable module, it will bring you to a screen that looks like this, and I want you to click add. Once you've clicked on add, it's going to ask you for a connection type, and you want to choose Airtable token or key. It will then bring you to a page that looks like this, and it's going to ask you for a personal access token. So in order to get this token, we need to go into Airtable, and we need to click on the right hand side. So we want to click on your profile name, and you want to scroll down to Builders Hub. Once you've clicked on Builders Hub, it's going to take you to another page, and it's going to look a little something like this. So what I want you to do now is I want you to click on API key, and I want you to click on create new token. And it will bring you to a screen that looks like this. So once you've come to this screen, I want you to click create new token, and I want you to name the token something nice and easy that you're going to remember. So Matt test, and I want you to click on the scopes. So select all scopes. Once you've selected all the scopes, I want you to then go down to access and add a base, and we're going to add the content generator base. So scroll down until we find that. So content generator, then we're going to click create token. Your token will then pop up. What I want you to do is I want you to copy that token, and then I want you to head back to the make scenario. So here you're going to go back to the personal access token, and you're going to paste in your API key, and you're going to click save. Once you've clicked save, it will bring you to a page that looks a little something like this. What I want you to do now is scroll down and click OK, and that is now your Airtable set up. Okay, so this is where the magic starts to happen. So I'm going to show you how we connect OpenAI up to make.com. So this is where it's going to generate the content outline. So we're going to click on the content generator, and we're going to click on add. And once we click on add, it's going to straight away ask us for an API key. So what we need to do right now is we need to go into OpenAI and go onto the playground. And it should bring you to a screen like this. And what you want to do is you want to click on dashboard on the top right, and you want to go down to API keys. Once you've clicked on API keys, you want to create a new secret key, and you want to name it something as well that you're going to remember. So Matt test. And you're going to change it you're going to change it to default project and permissions to all if it's not already on that. And you're going to click create secret key. So once you've done that, you're going to copy that key, and you're going to head back to make.com. You're then going to copy the API key into the box, and then it's going to ask you for an organization ID, and we don't have that. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on OpenAI organization settings, and we're going to copy the key that is in there. So once the screen loads up, we're going to copy the key, and then we're going to head back to make.com, and we're going to paste it in the ID section, and we're going to click save. Once that's all been put in, we're going to click OK. So now I'm going to take you through what this module actually means. So I'm going to break it down to you. So we're going to start at the top here. So on the message, so we've got a role, and the role is what we want the assistant to adopt. So we've asked it to be a smart and specialized writing assistant for crafting impactful social media content for businesses. So the second box down is the task that we want it to perform. So we've asked it to use the following JSON brief to write engaging, comprehensive outline in Markdown, and we want the tone of voice to be clear, concise, and casual. And the reason we've asked it to be in JSON is it's actually easier for the AI to read. So the third one down is the example of the request we're going to make. So it's going to show an example of what it can expect from us, and it's going to use the post description, the content tone, and the call to action. So the fourth one down is an example response that we had the AI give us prior. And this is just going to be an example of what we can expect it to give us. So box number 5 is actually the message content. So inside here, you'll see it is in JSON and you'll see these blue boxes here. So this is what's called mapping. So this mapping has got the post description, the content tone, and the call to action. So all the information that has been extracted from the Airtable, which originally came from the Jotform submitted. So this is actually what the post is going to be. And then you'll see it created on Airtable later down the line. So moving on from OpenAI, the next module is the router. So now with the content created and the outline ready, it's time to direct that content to the right places. So this router essentially splits the workflow based on the selected platforms you choose in the content form. So whether it's Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, the router ensures that each piece of content goes to the correct generator. So the next step is these filters. So these filters are actually crucial. So we put these in place. So if on the content form, for example, you don't choose Facebook, but you choose Instagram and LinkedIn, when the content is passed through the generator, through the router, it won't go to Facebook because you haven't selected it. So it will stop at this filter, but it will post on Instagram and LinkedIn. Okay, so moving up from the filters, you can see that we're going to go into the Facebook content generator, the Instagram content generator, and the LinkedIn content generator. So because we've already set up the OpenAI connection, this is going to be much more simple. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on the module and we're going to click on choose an account. So once you've clicked on that, I want you to choose my OpenAI connection. So we use these specific GPT models tailored to each platform. So again, we've got the role and we've asked the assistant to be an expert social media copywriter, specializing in creating highly engaging and effective Facebook posts for business. So this module here is specific for Facebook. So scrolling down, we've got message 2, so box 2. So in this box, we have put Facebook post creation instructions. So we have asked it to create a Facebook post based on the following brief. The post should be formatted for immediate publishing, adhering to Facebook's best practices for maximum engagement. And then if we scroll down a little further, we can see the ensure that this post is section. So this part is probably the only part that you can actually change to your preferences. So in here, you can see we've said use short sentences and line breaks, include relevant emojis to enhance visual appeal. So this is something that's down to you and how you create your content. So ensure this post is, and the text under that, feel free to change and edit to your exact style. And at the bottom of the message content, we've got the brief. So this is the direct result of what we've asked it to do and the post that it is creating. So once you're happy with the preferences on the Facebook module, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and click OK. And we're going to go down to the Instagram content generator and the LinkedIn content generator, and we're just going to create that connection as well. So my OpenAI, OK. Same with the LinkedIn one, choose my OpenAI connection and click OK. And that is those modules completely set up and connected. Last but not least, we need to connect the Airtable modules up at the end. So this is nice and simple. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on the module. We're going to hit the drop down box and we're going to select my Airtable token. And then we're going to click OK. So once this fully loads, I can click OK. Then I'm going to move down to the second module and do exactly the same. So my Airtable token, wait for it to load. OK. And then the same for the last one as well. Okay, cool. And that is the content generator complete. Okay, I now want you to open up a new scenario. So you should have a blank page like this one. And I want you to go to the 3 dots at the bottom again. And I want you to import the other file that we saved earlier. So the content poster file. So let's go ahead and do that now. So choose a file and then scroll down in your documents until you find the content poster JSON. And I want you to open that and I want you to save it. And it should look like this on your screen. So we now need to set this scenario up as well. So as you can see, there's a few modules here that we need to connect, but we'll start with Airtable on the left. So if we click on this module, it's going to take us to a similar setup to what we did on the previous scenario. So if we click choose an account and then my Airtable token or key connection, it will take it to a page that looks a little bit like this. So as you can see, a few things that are ticked in the output fields is image, platform, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn posts. You do not need to touch a thing on this as well. It's all preset for you. And then you'll see here the formula of status equals scheduled. So essentially in the Airtable, when you change the status to scheduled, it's then going to alert this Airtable to search records. So the limit at the bottom, that is basically going to determine the number of records pulled at one time. And that's really all you need to know on this section here. Click OK, and then we're good to go. So the HTTP module, which is the next one, that is a get file request. So if I click on this module, all you're going to see is this. So it's an image and a URL, and all that's going to do is extract the image from the Airtable to get ready to post, essentially. So you want to click OK. You do not need to touch anything in that module. The next module that you can see is the router. So that is basically splitting to 3 different directions to post on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So the next modules that we're going to move on to are the social media platforms. So we need to connect them to our own social media platforms. So if I click on Facebook, I'm then going to click create connection. Once I click create connection, it's going to take me to a box that looks like this. It's going to say my Facebook connection, and you want to click save. Once you've clicked save, it's going to redirect you to another page. And on this page, you just want to click continue. Once you've clicked continue, it will take you to a make is requesting access to, and you just want to continue as yourself or the business page that you're using. And then once it loads, you will have successfully created that connection. So from here, all you need to do now is go up to page, and then you need to select the Facebook page that you're wanting to use. So once you've selected that Facebook page, all you need to do now is push OK. So moving on, you now want to connect Instagram. So same again, click on the module. You want to click choose account, and then you want to click my Facebook connection because it's going to be linked up. And then you want to click continue. And then you want to wait for it to redirect you. And then it says make is requesting access to, and then you want to continue again. And then once that's accepted, it should take you to a similar screen. So my Facebook connection, because Facebook and Instagram are linked, it will be the same thing. And then click OK. And then once that's connected as well, you want to move down to LinkedIn. Same again, create a connection, connection type, LinkedIn. And then you want to push save, and it will redirect you yet again to another page. Just got to wait for that to load. And then it's going to take you to your login for LinkedIn. So all you want to do is click sign in. And then that would have created the connection there as well. All you need to do now is just click OK. And that is all 3 social platforms connected. So one thing I do want to mention before we go any further is the Facebook pages and the Instagram. So the Facebook pages is specifically just for pages. So it's not for your personal Instagram. And the Instagram is for a business Instagram. So again, not for your personal Instagram. And the LinkedIn is for your LinkedIn. There's no restrictions there. So please bear that in mind before you go any further with this automation. So after you've connected all of the social media platforms, you'll see that you've got Airtable update records. So these records will update once the post has been posted successfully onto your social media platform. So you need to connect this up the same way you connect all the other Airtable modules up. So you simply just click on it, and then you click my Airtable token or connection, and then you click OK once it's loaded. And then same for the other 2 as well. So my key or token, and then the last one as well. And then click OK. And that is all 3 Airtables connected, and that is that automation 100% connected. So we're now going to test that this automation actually works. So what we're going to do is we're going to go onto the Jotform website, and you should have something that looks a little bit like this. So once you've clicked on the link in the description below, you'll be able to find this form. If you click on more and then go to publish form, it will take you to this, and I want you to click on open in new tab. So you're going to push start. And once you push start, it's going to take you to the post description section. So in here, you can put any description about your business or your industry that you're in. So this is completely up to you. For me, I've got something pre-saved. So house sold for $1.5 million in Perth CBD. Then it gives it the option to upload an image. So I think I pre-saved one earlier of just a house. So I'll open that one up and go next. And then I'll choose Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. I'll press next. And then I'll choose the tone of professional, casual, and concise. And then the call to action, I've already pre-saved one, but yours can be anything you like. So mine is, please call Auto Roll today on this number for all your real estate needs. And I'll push submit. And then all this information will then get saved into your Airtable. So I've just clicked on Airtable and look what's popped up at the bottom. So the exact text I put in, so the house sold for $1.5 million, the platforms that I selected, so Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, the content tone, the call to action, and when it was uploaded. And as you can see here, it is still awaiting review for any adjustments that you want to make. So I'm going to flick over to Kanban view now. I find that a little easier to work with. So if I click on the post, so it's a bit of an easier layout, as you can see. So as I scroll down, we've got the Facebook post, the Instagram post, and the LinkedIn post. So as you can see, these are all individually formatted for the platforms. So you can sort of quick scroll through those and make sure that everything is okay and that it's correct. And then you can get ready to post. So here you've got the status. So if you remember earlier on Airtable, we had that little box that said status equals scheduled. So when status equals scheduled, it searches records and it prepares it to post. So that's what we're going to do now. So I'm happy with all of this text. So I'm going to change the status to scheduled. So what this does now is it alerts Airtable and it starts posting the content. So as you can see, this is going to switch to posted very soon because Airtable is doing its thing in the background. But when it's posted, we'll go over to all the other different platforms and we will start showing you how it works. So as you can see, it's switched over to posted now. What we're going to do now is we're going to go over to the socials, check it out. So we'll start with LinkedIn. So as you can see, it is posted on my LinkedIn. So it's given the description and the image absolutely formatted perfectly. If we switch over to the Instagram, we can see that this has also been uploaded as well. So exactly the same in Instagram format. And then we'll go across to my Facebook page and there we go. Same thing. So it's across all three platforms at once. It is quite honestly that simple. Okay, so before we wrap this video up, I want to take you through a few little bits to note. So if we look down on the bottom left, just underneath my picture, you'll see a run once button and a scheduling button. So in order for this automation to work, you will need to turn it on. So we switch on and this automation is going to be live. So if you want to run it just to test it or you want to run it manually, you can always push run once. So this lightning bolt here is an instant trigger. So as soon as a Jotform has been submitted, it will instantly trigger this automation and it will run. So as soon as that form is done, this automation will then start working. You can, as I said, you can actually run it manually as well every time by just clicking run once. But as soon as you turn this automation on, it will instantly run when a Jotform has been submitted. So this clock here is a polling trigger. So a polling trigger allows you to schedule when you want to post. So unlike the other schedule trigger, this one you can actually choose. So if you click on the drop down box, you can see the intervals that you can choose. So you've got post once, post every day. You can choose the days of the week, the days of the month, and you can even customize when you want them to go out. So if you were to sit down on a Sunday and come up with 20 different content ideas, you can choose this to post every day or every Sunday. So you could have 20 days worth of content essentially. So it's completely up to you how you do that, but just make sure that the automation is always switched on at the bottom and then it will start posting whenever you choose. If you've gotten to the end of this video, guys, you are now equipped with a social media generator and poster automation. You are now ready to post across all three platforms today. If you've enjoyed this content and want to see more like this, please hit the like and subscribe button and make sure you tap that little bell so you don't miss the next video. If you have any questions at all about this automation, please leave a comment below and we'll make sure to get back to you straight away. That's all for today, guys. So good luck with your new social media generator and posting automation.